Cruise news time. And well, we've got a cruise ship celebrating a birthday. We got a whole cruise line being banned from a cruise city. We got people that aren't going to cruise Carnival anymore because of this. And well, we got a policeman. We got a cop arrested trying to get onto a cruise ship for doing some bad things. Yeah, cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I am your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. For your face on a Monday, the 27th of January, 2025. And yeah, the cruise news is popping. Look, sometimes we have some inside jokes, some hey, some for your face, some shout out ludicrous. Hang with me later into the show and I'll point out some of those inside jokes, where they come from. Because look, if you're new here, I get it. It's weird when I shout out ludicrous, and I want you to be in the know. But first, let's process through some of this cruise news. Cruise news story number one, we got a cruise ship celebrating 25 years of service. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Cruise Ship. We're talking about the Oceania Nautica. I don't know anything about this cruise ship other than it was 25 years ago today when Oceania Nautica learned to play the cruising game. Here's a picture of it. Happy birthday to ya. Cruise news story number two, a story coming out of Belfast. No, not Belfast, Northern Ireland, Belfast, Maine. This is a story about people in that Maine town saying no more to cruise ships. They've done blocked, banned, and kicked off a whole cruise fleet for American Cruise Line. American Cruise Line, a small river cruising company. Well, not small. In fact, they got 21 river cruising vessels, but the town there has voted to allow them to come to their space no more. These cruise ship bans are a little wacky. It's not a full ban. Cruise ships that carry less than 50 people can come there, but unless it's made out of Lego, I don't think there's that many cruise ships that carry less than 50 people. American Cruise Line's really been the only cruise line stopping in Belfast. They have 14 port stops scheduled for 2025, and well, now I guess they've got zero. Belfast has cited security concerns and overcrowding, and they think cruise people smell. Okay, that's not true. That would be wild if there was a cruise ban because people smelt. Well, 51 days until my plane lands in Lisbon in Portugal, and I don't speak any Portuguese. That's why I'm excited for the sponsor of today's episode, Babbel. Babbel is one of the top language learning apps in the world, using real-world conversation to have you learn a new language in about 3 weeks. And it's excellent for anybody that travels. I've just started working through my Portuguese lessons here. So I'm working through the personal pronoun lesson, and they've just taught me all of these. This first word, let me make sure I'm saying it right. Ew. That's the pronoun for I over there. It gives you a little green mark when you... Você. That is you. Ele. I'm pretty sure that's she. Oh, I was wrong. See, when you're wrong, you get the little... Here, I'll hit it again. Got to study. Ele is he. Ella, she. I think it's the multitude of ways that you can learn that really makes Babbel appealing to me. I can listen to a podcast. I can do one of those visual cues. I can practice repeating words, and it evaluates my pronunciation. A lot of cool ways to get you to that goal of learning a new language. And excitingly, you can try Babbel for a discounted price. If you click the link in the description or scan the QR code here, you can save 60% off of your Babbel subscription. Take it one step further. I would love to hear what language you're thinking about learning. Leave a comment below. Thank you so much, Babbel, for sponsoring today's episode. All right, I'm back, and I got my other clothes on. Seamless. I got my other clothes on. Look, yeah, 50 days to Portugal. I'm excited as heck about that. Cruise news story number three. Somebody's counted up and figured it out. AAA The organization AAA that used to have some deep Carnival discounts that no longer has any Carnival discounts, they're reporting that here in 2025, they anticipate, based on the numbers that they have, that there will be 19 million cruisers leaving from the United States of America. And you know what 19 million cruisers from America in 2025 represents? Represents new record. And this probably shouldn't be surprising. You know, we had cruising going strong 2019. We had the shutdown. Then back in 2022, we got to 80% of what we had in 2019. And then in 2023, we ended up with 20% more than we had in 2019. And now we've got, this is 34% more than cruised in 2019. Look, I've said it before, and just to keep it fresh, I guess I should say it in a different way and maybe with a dance. Cruising's back. Cruising's back. Cruising's back. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, cruise news story number 4. We have a story about a Miami-Dade deputy sheriff getting arrested as he was attempting to board his theme music cruise on Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas. This happened last week down in Port of Miami. 36-year-old Francisco Mello was, like I said, attempting to board the Allure of the Seas. He was flagged by security. Sniffing dogs were brought over to his luggage, and they found in Skittles bags, they found illegal narcotics, all packaged up as Skittles, the candy. Now, the interesting thing in several of the articles that I read is the reason that he was flagged by security in the first place is that a confidential informant allegedly purchased Skittle type contraband from this guy in December. And that CI had dropped the dime on the guy, which I guess that's what a CI does. They're dime droppers, snitches. He kind of told on the guy, and the guy got busted getting onto the cruise ship. The theme cruise is a music cruise. I don't know if it's like an EDM cruise or something like that. Immediately fired. The guy's in jail, facing charges. Look, don't mess around when it comes to cruising. First of all, you never know who might be a CI against you. You don't know who's out there dropping information about you. Plus, first off, I probably shouldn't have led with the don't get caught. The first off is don't do it. That's number one. And number two, it's still don't do it. But again, you never know. There's so many ways to get caught. It makes me think that maybe a lot of things happen that people don't get caught, and they'll go ahead and risk it for the biscuit. The overarching message from me is don't do it at all. The drugs are bad. It's like Cheech and Chong said, and they actually said this, which there's an irony to it. Only dopes do dope. So don't do it. Don't do it. All right, now I need to tell you about the latest reason why some are saying they will not cruise on Carnival. But before I do that, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Look, as I make these videos, I like to key in on connection points. Things that we can connect over. I can't tell you how many people on cruise ships have come up to me and did the jazz hands or asked for the jazz hands. And I don't even know how the jazz hands came about. I think, during the pandemic at one point, I just did it and I liked it. It became a meme. And so now, for my call to action, instead of just doing a little boring call to action, I like to get the blood pumping. I like to have the arms flailing a little bit. That's the connection point. Hey, about the 8th video out of the thousands of videos that we've created here on Lido, Loca, I said, hey, and that became my thing I did forever. See You on the Lido has been around for a long time. And then there was one day where I actually accidentally miscredited a song that was done by DMX to Ludacris. And then I was called out mercilessly in the comments for attributing a DMX song to Ludacris. And so to avoid that in the future, to avoid getting any song wrong, I just get them all wrong. So everything gets credited to Ludacris. And my challenge to you is whatever song I miscredit to Ludacris, tell me what the right artist is. How about that? I feel like I should sing a song right now, and I just not one is coming to my. How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? How many seas must the white doves? How many times must the cannonball fly before they're forever banned? That's a great question. The answer, my friends, blowing in the wind. Shout out Ludacris. That's a little insight to the inside jokes and why are people going to refuse to cruise on Carnival? These stories have to be made up. They have to be made up, or there's just a bunch of people that cruise on Carnival that are ridiculous. Ridiculous. There's some people out there saying that they no longer cruise a Carnival cruise line because the breakfast buffet, the Lido buffet, opens at 7 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. So I guess there might be some cruise lines out there where the buffet opens at 6 a.m., but Carnival's opens at 7, and they just can't tolerate the buffet opening at 7 instead of 6 a.m. Now, certainly, I'm an early riser, and I'm a fat guy. And so if I can go eat slices of bacon at 6 a.m. and I know it's there, sometimes I'll do that. So I certainly understand the proclivity to go eat sweet, delicious breakfast at 6 a.m. Look, I'm sorry, I've already messed this up. I just said, so I'm an early riser. I'm a fat guy. If I can get up every morning and eat bacon, I'm going to do it. I forgot we're talking about Carnival. You can't get up every morning and eat bacon on the buffet. They don't do that because there's a bacon shortage, I think. Just on Carnival. Can somebody give Carnival the phone number of the people that have the bacon all the time so that they don't have to deal with this short? Because surely they wouldn't come out on social media and say the reason that there's a vacation is because there's a bacon shortage, not because we're just trying to save money. They never say just because we're trying to save money. That's the Facebook post there that talks about how because of the bacon shortage from the bacon suppliers that they're going to serve bacon every other day, that there's going to be a vacation. That post is from 2021. So this is the interesting thing. I kudos to Carnival for putting their business out there all the time, but I think we're getting played a little bit. The fact that 500,000 of us can go read this social media Facebook page where they explain to us why things are happening. The reason that there's not bacon every day is because there's a bacon shortage. On Carnival only, not other cruise lines. Do you think Carnival's in trouble with big bacon? Do you think maybe that's why they're getting cut off and other cruise lines aren't? But I digress. This really isn't a story about bacon or what we're being told. This is a story about people not choosing Carnival because of the time of their breakfast buffet. And what we are told about this is, 7 o'clock is the time the Carnival has set. And they need it to be that time because it's too hard to shift around the schedule of the people that would have to open the buffet. If the buffet were to be open at 6, that means that people would have to come in, crew members would have to come in prior to 6 to open the buffet. And, the way they have it now is the way they have it. And so, look, I guess that's the way it is. I guess that's the way it is. And if people choose not to cruise on Carnival because they don't like the buffet time, what are you going to do? It's an interesting idea because, Carnival also polled the population there, and 84% of the people, I think it were, said they don't eat that early anyway. So, you can see you got to make some sort of decisions here. You know that people aren't going to start piling in until 7 or 8 o'clock. Certainly, the big challenge is you end up with a big line at 7 o'clock, which is better to open it up when demand is low and let people trickle in and then, swell to that big demand, or open it up at a high demand time. Maybe that's 7 a.m. and just wait, have people lined up and just get slammed all at once. I don't know. We're not making those decisions here, but I guess is this a reason not to cruise on a cruise line? We're all picky about everything. I like cruising on cruise lines with Starbucks, and people think that's dumb. So what do you think about this one? Leave a comment below. Boom! That's your cruise news. I sure hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. If you did, please hit that like button. And unfortunately, if you don't hit the like button, I will be forced to punish you. And your punishment will be this. On your very next cruise, whatever your favorite breakfast item is, they'll be out of that. So if you like the bacon, they'll be out of the bacon. So if your favorite thing is muesli, whatever the heck that is, they'll be out of that. And eggs. They won't. Why are so many people buying eggs at Costco? I've been seeing people buying a lot of eggs. Is there a discount over there? Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching this episode. It's Tony for La Lido. Thanks to the Babel for sponsoring this. It's Tony for La Lido. Look, until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Cruise news. Cruise news.
over.